Hello again, everyone. This is Chris Sciria, and that is
Robert Hardy. Getting used to this.
You're supposed to roll with the R. Robert Hardy. Okay.
I have to emphasize the fact that I get to say my own name now.
We should wear those like
Under
hello, my name is stickers, and we don't even have to say our names. It's just already there.
Part of the new
Yes.
Sciria doctrine here at the Citizen Sports Weekly.
Yes, and this is the Citizen Sports Weekly NFL Pick 6 video segment for October 16th, 2014, Week 7 of the 2014 NFL season. Yay! All right. The weekend's coming. I'm excited, even though the Dolphins are going to get beat, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But anyways, we're going to pick 6 games. Before we get started, last week Robert was 2-4. He made some gutsy picks. Unfortunately, they didn't work out for him.
The Harding gut is less than the Sciria gut.
And then, in some ways. And then I was 4-2. So now the standings are I am 23-13, and Robert is 21-15. He's obviously still very much in. Only 2 games behind.
I'm in the hunt.
He's in the hunt. This is very competitive, and
I'm peeking through the grass, ladies and gentlemen.
He's a game adversary, that's for sure. So with that, we're going to pick 6 NFL games. We'll get right into our first game, and this could be the best game of the week right off the bat. Is Cincinnati and Indianapolis, and the Bengals had that tie. And I mean, it was ugly. It was not pleasant.
That hurt me in the U pick 'em.
Yeah, it was. You get nothing for it, And I wonder if that's a little bit of a sign that this team is not as good as some people might think they are. I think they are pretty good, but they're going to Indianapolis, and Andrew Luck at home. It's tough to bet against them. And I think the Colts are really starting to get it going now and playing some of their best ball of the season. I like Indianapolis in this game.
I'm taking the Colts, too. I think the Colts, have really been on a roll lately, really showing themselves as a good offensive team and a good defensive team, too.
Yes.
Certainly better than some of the Colts teams we've seen in the past. And as you said, the Bengals the last couple of weeks haven't looked good. Got creamed against the Patriots.
Yep.
And losing the Panthers, who haven't exactly been a strong team.
Tying the Panthers.
Tying the Panthers.
Sorry, I don't mean to correct you, but...
Well, you corrected me in kind of a condescending way.
No, it wasn't meant that
appreciate
way.
that. It's okay.
There's no condescension.
Basically losing against the Panthers.
Right.
So, I mean, come on.
It felt like a loss for the Bengals because they had a chance to win it on the last...
Ties like what, Chris?
Right. It's like kissing your sister.
That's right.
But I don't have a sister, so I don't have to worry about that, do I?
I have 6.
Yes. Our next game is my Miami Dolphins coming off a horrible loss to the Packers. Should have won that game. So many little things had to go wrong for Miami to lose that game, and they all went wrong. But we're going to move on. They're playing in Chicago. Come on, folks. I think Miami could win the game. Absolutely. If they play a perfect game, if Ryan Tannehill puts 2 great halves together, which he hasn't done in forever. I don't count the Oakland game. Sorry.
So how many great halves a quarterback has to put together these days?
2 great halves. Well, I didn't say 6 or 8, did I? No. But I think Cutler's the difference. I think Brandon Marshall wants to rub it in Miami's face for trading him, and I like the Bears to win big in this game. Miami just doesn't have the offensive horses to compete against Chicago, and Miami's going to get beat. I think Miami's going to lose by 2 touchdowns in this game.
I'll say this. If Miami can follow the Buffalo Bills blueprint from week 1, they might have a shot.
Run the football.
But,
You're going with Chicago.
I'm going with the Bears.
Of course. You're smart.
I am sober for this video.
Yes, all right. So, I hope you are. Who knows if I am? Hey. And our next game is Robert's Buffalo Bills. They are home, and they're hosting the Minnesota Vikings without Adrian Peterson. And you know something? I wrote it. I said it. It's in print. It's online. The Buffalo Bills are going to make the playoffs this year. The 15-year playoff drought ends this year.
Documented proof.
They're going to finish 10-6, and which means they have to beat the Vikings, and they're going to beat the Vikings this week.
Chris is the Babe Ruth of pick 6.
Calling my shot.
He's calling it.
Calling it.
You know what? I'm taking the Bills, too.
All righty. Oh, it's a love
2
fest.
weeks in a row I've picked the Bills.
It's a love fest
So
here.
I can't be accused of, I don't know, whatever jinx you think I've...
No, I don't. No, I don't. Not here. Not on this game. Usually, just the Miami Bills games. I think that he's doing the reverse thing there. So, just when there's a coffee or hot chocolate or some other beverage at stake there. Next game, New Orleans at Detroit, and I'll tell you, this is. I think this is a good game too. I think this is one of the better games of the weekend.
It's a toughie.
It's a toughie. That's why we picked it. We don't pick the easy one, folks. We pick the tough ones. Okay.
Well, we did pick that Dolphins game.
Well, we always pick Miami and Buffalo just because they're our favorite teams. The other 4 games, we try to pick the 4 toughest. So, that being said, Detroit's playing great defense. And, I know Megatron's banged up. Reggie Bush has been banged up. but I still think they have enough to beat the Saints. Saints are not a good road team, as we all know, and their defense has been getting torched. So I think with those combination of factors, I like the Lions.
I'm taking the Lions too. They went into Minnesota last week and beat them. You know, obviously they were banged up, and you know, really they should have beaten the Bills a couple weeks ago. But we all know what happened there. You know, I think the point about the Saints being a bad road team applies here, and I think the Lions will pull it out.
Yep. Next game. This is a fun game. It's the I believe it's the Sunday night game, or is it the Sunday night? No, it's not the Sunday game. It's a late Sunday afternoon game. But most of the country will be seeing unless you live in Arizona or someplace in California. But anyways, it is Giants, the New York Giants at the Dallas Cowboys. What makes this game fun is that the Giants always win in Dallas. Okay, and then I saw a stat someplace that Dallas has never won as a home favorite in the last 4 games. The last 4 games they've been a home favorite, they've lost.
Really?
Okay, very intriguing. Dallas is coming off arguably, I think, one of the biggest surprise wins of the season, going into Seattle and knocking off the Seahawks. And you have to be thinking, like, the Giants got blown out last week. Cowboys are just playing sky high right now. How can you pick against the Cowboys? Well, guess what? I'm not going to pick against the Cowboys. Something's got to give. And this time the Cowboys are going to win this game. And I like Dallas in this game to beat the Giants.
Looking off my picks, are you? I'm taking the Cowboys too.
All right.
Let's see. The Giants lost last week to, remind me, who did they lose to?
Was it?
27 Eagles.
Eagles,
That's right.
right.
Another. I was trying to think of it. I'm like, it couldn't have been the Redskins, obviously. Yeah, that to me, that game to me showed that the Giants still have a long way to go. It looked like they were making progress.
Offensive line is still got issues.
And yeah, I mean their offense is a mess right now. I mean you've got Eli in a new system. You've got the offensive line that's just not the offensive lines that they've had in the past.
Cruz is out for the year.
Cruz is done. So you know Eli's going to be having to deal with some young receivers there, and I don't know. This could get ugly quick.
Yeah, but you know, it still would be funny if the Giants won the game. It would be. I mean, I'd be laughing.
Yeah.
You know, last game, and this is the Sunday night game, and this is, again, this could be a Super Bowl preview. The San Francisco 49ers, the Denver Broncos. And you got everything in this game. You got the hot young quarterback with Kaepernick, and of course you got the old hot quarterback with Peyton Manning. It's tough to bet against Denver at home. It really is, and I'm not going to bet against them. I like the Broncos. I just think that their defense is good enough. Their offense is obviously superb. And I just think maybe the mile-high air might affect San Francisco a little bit. I know a lot of road teams get affected by the atmospheric conditions there at Mile High in Denver. So I'm going to go with the Broncos in this game.
You know, I would have picked the Niners, but they're banged up on defense.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really where they could have made a statement in this game if you know they didn't have so many injuries on defense and you know obviously a younger secondary. You know, I'm taking the Broncos reluctantly.
I understand that. Yeah.
You know, I think it would have been different if the defense was
Right.
a little bit more healthy, but you know, Denver at home is tough to bet against. So.
Well, that's our picks for the week, and this is incredible, and I'm going to channel John Lennon here. Imagine Robert and I picked all the same games. That's the first time that's ever happened, I think. I don't think we've ever picked all 6 the same.
This is terrible.
It's you know, he's not going to gain any ground on me, but obviously we're not even halfway through the season. There's a lot of time left.
But we know next week I'll still be 2 games behind.
Yes, that's true. But still, you're within shouting distance. You know what I mean?
Clearly
And he'll be
over.
picking the games next week, so I'm sure he'll pick some that he knows that we may differ in. But irregardless,
I have a strategy. Absolutely.
I hope you do. Irregardless, I hope you folks enjoy the games this weekend. We love the NFL. It's just about an NFL Sunday. It's just special. Something to savor. Something that you like in the middle of the summertime or in late spring when it's like, man, I wish there was an NFL game on right now. You know?
You know, I'll tell you what. Covering political campaigns, it's nice to sit home on your couch on a Sunday and just watch football.
Yeah.
From about noon with the pregame shows
to midnight.
until midnight.
Yeah.
It's a great way to just kind of lounge around, forget about the world for half a day, and eat some unhealthy food.
And
Am
by
I
the
right, Chris?
and by the way, folks, if you have not read Robert's writings on the political scene here, his In the New York blog, Eye on New York blog. I was thinking about In the Pro Sports blog, but Eye on New York political blog, his weekly Sunday column, This guy does a top-notch job covering state and national politics here at the Citizen. AuburnPub.com. Please read his stuff. He does a great job. I'm not saying that because he's sitting next to me. I would not say that if I truly did not mean it. I don't endorse things I don't truly believe in. And this guy does a great job. Please read his excellent work on a daily, and it really is just about a daily basis. He's always cranking out stuff almost literally 7 days a week. Please follow him on Twitter, Robert Harding. This guy does a great job. Please give him some love and support for his political writings. Until then, we'll see you next week.